After the events in Timnah, Judges 15 tells us that Samson returned later to visit his wife, bringing a young goat as a gift. But when he arrived, her father would not let him enter her room and said, "I truly thought you hated her, so I gave her to your companion. But her younger sister is even more beautiful. Take her instead." Samson was furious and said, "This time I will be blameless when I harm the Philistines." He caught 300 foxes, tied their tails together in pairs, fastened torches between the tails, and released them into the Philistine grain fields. The fires burned their stacked grain, standing crops, vineyards, and olive groves. When the Philistines asked who had done this, they were told, "Samson, the son-in-law of the man from Timnah, because his wife was given to his companion." So the Philistines went and burned Samson's wife and her father with fire. Samson said, "If this is how you act, I will surely take revenge on you." And he struck them with great slaughter. Then he went down and lived in the cleft of the rock of Etam. The Philistines came up and camped in Judah and spread themselves out near Lehi. The men of Judah asked, "Why have you come against us?" They replied, "We have come to bind Samson and do to him what he has done to us." 3,000 men of Judah went down to the rock of Etam and said to Samson, "Do you not know that the Philistines rule over us? What have you done to us?" Samson answered, "As they did to me, so I have done to them." They bound him with 2 new ropes and brought him up from the rock. When Samson came to Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him. Then the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him, and the ropes on his arms became like burned flax and fell from his hands. He found the fresh jawbone of a donkey, took it, and with it struck down 1,000 men. Afterward Samson said, "With the jawbone of a donkey I have piled them in heaps. With the jawbone of a donkey I have struck down 1,000 men." He threw away the jawbone, and that place was called Ramath-Lehi. After the battle Samson was very thirsty, and he cried out to the Lord, "You have granted this great deliverance by the hand of your servant, and now shall I die of thirst?" God split open a hollow place at Lehi, and water came out. Samson drank, his spirit returned, and he was revived. So the place was called En-Hakkore, which is still there. Judges 15 ends by telling us that Samson judged Israel for 20 years in the days of the Philistines, a deliverer marked by strength, passion, impulsiveness, and yet sustained again and again by God's mercy. Next comes Judges 16, where Samson's story reaches its tragic and powerful conclusion with Delilah and the fall of the strong man.